drinking Tony's Iron Tonic.
Magnets away, people, magnets away. I'm back with another Tony's Iron Tonic. So, just to let you know, tell you a small bit of history as to where I started my fish in this video. Shobnall Marina, which sits right by the graded 2 listed building, the Marston Brewery Railway Bridge, built and used by Marstons to distribute their beers, which includes their world famous Pedigree. It's now unused and has been since the 11th of June 1960, when a ceremonious pack train left Tutbury at 8:12 p.m. Right, that's your history lesson out of the way. Let's get on with the fishing. So the small first one, as you can see, small piece of iron pipe. So how's everybody's weekend been? I know it's now middle of the week. How are we all? Hope we're doing well. So this here, I think, is some kind of large iron structure, along with what seems to be a sardine tin. But this was a bit awkward, a bit heavy, but all good. Adds to the pot when it all gets weighed in eventually. It's quite a good day we had down there. Shobnall Marina area, it's much larger, you know, enjoyable. So what we got here, just bits and bobs, stuff that is starting to what we call a classic find. Yeah, so again, small solid piece of metal, possibly a large battery, who knows. And again, lots of iron filings, whatever they are, and what is possibly a tuppence, 2-penny piece. So this one coming to be, again, some of the classic finds that we're getting. A happy gas pod, one of them little happy gas canisters. This one, yeah, just a silly one really, you know, but I thought I'd show it to you. One of them bungee cord hooks, possibly, you know, used on the old roof racks back in the day. What have we got here? Oh yeah, we've got a fishing lure, and again, a lot of just metal shavings, metal filings, which we found a load. So yeah, this one here, it slipped. How it slipped off my magnet, I have no idea. Possibly because of the plastic handles. So I chucked in my hook and managed to drag it out. When it came out, I did try and sell it to the lady on the canal boat, but she said she wasn't at the age yet ready to use it. But as you can see, it's an adult walker. Bit slimy this, so but it does make you wonder why it's been thrown down there. Don't know if you can see, but there's a small red hospital tag on the side as well. Brakes still worked. The bag itself had nothing in it but dirty water. So yeah, this is a part of the video now where we switch over. Your view looks different because we've gone from the GoPro over to the phone. The GoPro battery is lasting about 2 hours, but it was just, we didn't find all that much worthy of putting in a video with the GoPro. So we're over to the phone. And this is where it definitely does get exciting, I think. So this piece here was very heavy, and I only think this is possibly half of what it could be. I may be wrong, I'm not too sure what it is, but like I say, it's very heavy, and with the shape of it, it does look like it is a weight for like a construction site barrier, the large metal barriers that they stick around building sites, or to protect people from the scaffolding on houses. So for me, part of that's missing. Should have a hole in it to stick in the barrier. This here made me think it was the shape of a shark fin, but it was also slightly curved. So I'm guessing it is just part of a large pipe. On to the next one. This here is again just what seems to be what I call a classic find, a solid rod. Then bubbles, suck deep in the mud. At this point I've actually got a bloke and his granddaughter watching me. I've got bridge number 33, I think it is, just to the right of me, which goes over the actual canal. And yeah, the chap's granddaughter was very intrigued at what I was doing, so he's took her up the stairs, and now they're stood on the top of the bridge watching down at me. So looking at the shape of this, I think it is a ground spike, possibly that the canal boat owners use on the edge of it to tie the rope around, so when the canal boat is moored up, so obviously the boat does not just float away. Again, another piece of broken pipe. The little girl was cheering every time I was pulling something out, but yeah, this was a larger piece of the pipe work. So the next piece, not sure, but a very large disc. I couldn't exactly tell you what type of disc it was. If you want to throw your tuppence in and give me some ideas in the comments, please do, but I'm not quite sure what that is at all. Maybe it's an old plaque off something, I have no idea. Now this was quite an interesting find, a very small item, but very interesting. A keyring, which on further inspection was actually once a full Terminator skull. Obviously the front of it is missing. What is it? Is it a T1000 or a T100? The one that Arnold Schwarzenegger played in the original movie. Here we have two items on this pull. So we have, first item we have here, what is left of an axe head. Obviously the wooden handle has gone, but we can all see that that's definitely an axe head, along with a hinge from a garden gate. Again, another rod, classic find this, another rod. We all love them, I know you love them, and I'll keep pulling them until you tell me to stop, or I'll keep showing them anyway until you tell me to stop. But for now, I'll keep it going. Another rod. And you're not going to believe what's coming next. What actually felt was really heavy. I'm currently under the bridge. You can see the cobblestones behind me. That is under the bridge. And what have we got again? Another rod. And a large clump of metal. God knows what that was. So what do we have next? I don't really have any idea what this was. I haven't got a clue. At first I thought it was possibly some really old handlebars off a bike, but the sizing and the proportions of the different metal widths made me think otherwise. So yeah, I don't have a clue, but if you do have a clue, please just put it in the comments and I'll have a read. So every day's a school day. This again wasn't 100% sure as to what it was, but I believe it to be like a metal grill, from the outside of a house, like a vent. That is the only thing that came to mind when I pulled this out. Lots and lots of metal filings, little bits of bits of metal, bits of like brolly, the metal pieces from the brollies, lots of other stuff. So yeah, plenty of them filings. So yeah, next one here. What have we got? Your favourite, my favourite, as well as what looks like part of a large chainmail link. But yeah, mine and your favourite, the old metal donut. This was what I do believe. I'm not an iPhone person, people. I am a Android phone, but I believe this was part of a really old iPhone. I might be wrong, but it's just didn't look like it was an Android phone. Somebody seems to have lost part of their BMX as well, I think. Well, it's either BMX handlebars or what we used to call back in the day a Scootex set of handlebars, which was a cross between a scooter and a BMX. I had a bright yellow one as a kid. Now this took 2, 3, 4 attempts to get it out of the water. You can see those bubbles come in. This was heavy, and when I saw it poking out of the water, I got, for some reason, extremely excited. This was going to be my first one. Eventually I had to get it so far up and then use the grappling hook to get it out, but alas, unfortunately, this was just full of sludge. I put my hand through it several times. Obviously the door was missing. Looks like it was key operated. It may have been that it was electronic, because there was wires in there, but other than that, it was just full of sludge. Nothing exciting in it, but there we go. We're magnet fishing now, baby. That's my first safe. Next one, weird thing really how this was, but it's one of the National Poppy Appeal snap bands. I'm not sure how old that is, but still worked. And this one, I wouldn't have normally left this one in, but let's go for a bit of a health and safety warning, because it does do exactly what it says on the tin. This one, at first when it came out, I thought it was like a typewriter or a kid's old toy, but as we pulled it closer, as you can see, it is just a small gas camping fire. This next one is just a small thing. It's a large padlock. Nothing exciting at all. but I had no key, so I couldn't open it, and I don't think even if I had the key I would be able to. So this next cast, this next pull, had several items on here. At first it looked like it was all stuck together, but we had, as you can see, a couple of rods, one which had got a large creamy beige stone stuck to it, and then this thing, which is cone shaped. When I got it home, I give it a tap with the hammer, and the underside, the fatter side of it, there was some kind of chain hanging around it, so it's possibly a weight. But if you've got any ideas, let me know. Gratefully received. So this next piece looks like it could be some kind of small electric engine, maybe part of a small electric generator, maybe even the engine from a remote controlled car. Now this, I think, is the best find of the day. This here is the little green Piggy. Full of money. So I took it home and I gave all that money the best wash I could give it. As you can see, once it was washed, I spread it out on a towel to dry it out, and what we had there was from 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s, 20p's and an old pound coin. It all totaled up to £3.65. This next one, I'm not actually sure what it is. When I pulled it out, it gave me the look of a broken spirit level. I know it's not spirit level, but yeah, not sure what it is. If you guys have got any ideas, stick it in the comments. The comments are always gratefully received. So yeah, this now was just a bit of a shock really, but this is part of what is possibly a concrete post that you would get in gardens, you know, possibly stuck on the side. But yep, one of them concrete posts with the metal rods running through them. Now obviously someone didn't like their food and decided to throw the cutlery in the river, and we've retrieved a dinner knife. Stainless steel, Sheffield baby. So this here, I have no idea what it's for. No idea. A long curved heavy metal rod maybe, I don't know. It was fatter in the middle than it was at the ends. So, but again, any comments to tell me what that is, gratefully received. Next item, look at all the bubbles. Look at all them bubbles. And what comes out the water? Small piece of rod. Small piece of pipe maybe. But all them bubbles just shows that it was stuck open and sunk into the mud. This one, I'm not going to lie, I recognised what it is, but for the life of me couldn't figure out the name of what it's for. Yeah, I recognise it, obviously the hook and the clamp at the bottom, and obviously the screw in the middle, but I couldn't think of the name of what it is. So this piece is it was about 4 foot long. It's very heavy. It may not look it when it's lay on the floor to be about 4 foot, but when I stood it up next to me, it definitely was. So, you know, I'm 5'10", and it was definitely around, you know, just above my chest, before my neck. And then this is the last but one find. Something I never found before, but it was just a small blue disc. Not 100% sure who it was for, but you know, who knows? Maybe you can tell me. But then the last pull of the day, this one here from my last cast, is a small blue torch. Nothing exciting. It's obviously not going to work again, but you know, I decided that was that. Time for me to go home. I'd actually been out for about 5 hours, and probably filmed about 4 hours worth, and then it's all been condensed down to this 20-minute video. So please like, follow and subscribe if you want to see more of these wonderful finds on Burton Canal.